Hi guys, good morning. Today I have my morning coffee with me, and it means that we will have with you one day of my life. So today we will spend it together, and I will show you what I read, what I do as my job, what I eat, what I drink, and other things from my life. And of course, I'm really excited that today in the morning I don't have any job, and I have it only after lunchtime. So it means that I have a lot of hours from my life for reading, for drinking coffee, and of course connecting with you. And today I decided to take a short story for reading. It's fast reading, I think, and it would be so interesting. I hope it would be so interesting because it's thriller, young adult thriller, fall thriller, of course, and it's about camp. It's You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight, and I'm really excited to start to read this one because I had a lot of interesting reviews and emotions from people who read this, and people really enjoy this one. I read so fast and enjoy the atmosphere of the camp. So I don't have the paper variant of this book, and I have it only on my Kindle, and I really like how the cover in this looks like. So I'm really a fan of such gloomy moments, and I'm really excited to start to it because, you know, I have this book on my Kindle about some months, and I did really waited the perfect time for reading this one, and I think today's morning is really perfect to start to read this story. And also I wanted to tell you that I'm a fan of a thriller, I'm a fan of detective stories, of gloomy stories, and of course I really like to watch films which slashers about some camps, about some kids, about some guys who work in this camp and they have some troubles with the maniacs or with the other things which they can have, and it's really enjoying for me, and I really interested would I have the same atmosphere of slasher here, because it's about the camp, it's about the guys who work there, and of course they will have troubles. So let's start to read this one, and if you read this one, of course tell me how it is for you, and were you involved to the story, and did you enjoy it? Because I'm really expecting that I will enjoy it for 100% because of the cover. The covering is perfect. So let's start. So I'm on the chapter number 6. It's 34% and I really enjoy the story. It's so creepy, gloomy, atmospheric, and I really like a small child in a camp scare some moments, because I like exactly creepy moments when the author gives us, and it's really cool because then you understand that these creepy moments, it's not like something mysterious, or it's something who made you like unexpectedly, because it's all people. We are in a camp, and this camp is a big survivor game for people who wanted to buy tickets and go there for playing like a quest for surviving. And we have a company of guys, they're friends, and they work in the camp in the summer period. And this year they enjoy their work because they have a lot of interesting games with other people. They have guests, and the story starts actually with the one game with another people who bought tickets and decided to be so strong for surviving. And they're really excited about the season of this game, because it just came closer to the end. And our main character, she is so happy to be this year in the camp in the role of surviving girl, the last survivor, and she's waiting the biggest night for this role. And we can understand through the story that these guys so cool, they are friendly, they have of course some quarrels, but it's so easy, it's not so important, and it's really cool that they can help each other in the work process, because we have different actors. Somebody act like a maniac, the main girl, she is a last survivor. Some guys, they're just helpers with some fake blood, with other things, with weapons. And it's really interesting because it gives you idea that you read not like a book, it's like you watch a film. And I really love the idea that some actors play roles like they're not actors, like they not work in this camp, like they also people who pay the money for playing this game and they also wanted to survive. And of course in the story we have the main problem of our main character. It's the last surviving night. It's a big celebration, it's a big quest where they have a lot of people who came like guests, and they have problem in what? Some people who work with them just missed. Nobody knows where are they. Nobody heard nothing about them, and nobody tell them that okay, I just stopped working. No, nobody just tell it, and they just missed. And of course, our main character decided to invite her friends for helping. And now, when the friends came, they decided to prepare to this final day, because our main character, she's so excited because she wanted to be the last survivor for a long years when she worked in this camp. Also, I like the location. The camp is really cool. It's near with the lake, and it's all the time gloomy with the folk, with all things, mysterious thing, which can give you ideas that something not so calm in this location. Also, we have some secret with the lake, because this lake is strange. Some characters feel and see something not good in this lake, and they start to think that maybe they have ghosts there, because main character, she all the time passing the lake, she see there some figures of the people under the water, and so I try to understand is it real or not. But the last time she started to be sure that she exactly saw somebody under the water. And another girl, she heard something in the water, and she thought that it was a small animal, maybe fallen down and need help. And she decided to find this animal, try to help, but she couldn't, because she just hear but not see nothing in the water. And it was really creepy, so thrilling, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's so interesting. So the story is easygoing, and the biggest plus, it's read so fast, like really fast reading. If you don't have a lot of time for reading, you don't want to read a thick book, you can take the novel You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight, and you really enjoy it. And also it's a so short story with a really cool atmosphere. So I'm just running to read next pages because I'm so excited about this one, and I wanna to know what is the secret of the scam. So yesterday at night I finished the story, and I wanted to tell you that it's so cool, it's so interesting, and the most important for me is that it was a fun trip to the story. I really felt myself like in a camp. I really afraid for the characters because we had some moments. Of course, we will have them because it's a horror story, and I was so nervous about what will happen next with our characters, and I really like the humor because humor was so fun and joyful. And sometimes I feel myself like an idiot because I didn't understand what's going on next, but through the jokes I can understand what we will have and what's going on with our characters. So also, if you really love horrors, if you adore horror films and slashers, you will really like the story, and I'm sure that you will like every character, every moment where they spent in this camp. But if you don't like slashers, or maybe you have never read the horror stories, you need to try to read this one, and I'm sure that it would be the perfect moment for starting to love such a genre, because I'm like a fan of horror, was so involved in the story, involved in everything what happened, but I maybe had more expectation from the finishing line, and I was expect more line with mystery, with some maybe magical things, but it was just my ideas about the story. But the finishing line was interesting and cool, and it was so involving together. So also I was feeling sometimes like an idiot because I was scared. Because I really afraid some rooms and some tunnels without light, without other things, where you have just the walls and you need to run through this one or maybe go through this one, and these moments make me really surreal, and I sometimes understand that I'm shivering. So it was really a cool trip to the story, and I put this 4 out of 5, and I think it's a perfect mark for this story because the story is really great. But I was expecting more from the finishing line, as I told you, and I was a bit upset with the ending line. But the story was cool, the story was interesting, and I really liked the atmosphere in this story, because atmosphere of the summer camp with the gloomy weather, with some foggy lake, it was really interesting, and actually it was so insane for me. So thank you for watching my video. I hope you will like this one. If you have read the story, write me the comment about this one. What did you feel? How you are feeling after the reading the story? Thank you for watching. See you next videos. Bye.